Yeah. I think it's a conversation about it first. And then, the other part of this is, and this is kind of my steps. So that's why. So for yourself, and your 3 steps could be different than mine, but mine are the self-talk, taking it to the worst case scenario, and the ownership. Ownership is key. And then for others, for me, it's asking why they did it the way they did it, why they didn't do it the way they did it, why did they approach it that way, why do they have that question, and then asking why again. Like, you gotta dig deeper, because most people will, the scenario for me was a project that just completely fell apart. And if any of my team is out there, it wasn't any of you, because they're going to be worried about that. And I was very frustrated by it. But I sat on it literally for a day and said, how can I come at this a different way? And when I started asking why, it was because how I had given instruction, they didn't process that way. That was not the way their brain worked. So this person could not put it together the way I expected, and unfortunately wasn't comfortable in the moment to come to me and tell me that. So I have to build that. So for others, it's also be open to a better way for them. That's huge for me to think of that, to go, what do you need to do this? What can I do for you? And then instilling that ownership in them. And what this gives me when I'm doing that with my team is hopefully growth of the team, of the skill set, of the individual, for myself as well. I hope there's a level of appreciation for the dialogue, for the debate, for the agreeing to disagree sometimes, which ultimately it's really about trusting.
Sure.
Trust. So for a new team, it's having a conversation, and you can do it in lots of ways. It could be conflict resolution. It could be solution mindset. But if you're talking about pivotal leadership, it's about letting people know it's okay. It's okay to make shifts. When it doesn't work right the first time, we can try it again, guys. And I recently read this article that failing, we all say fail fast. I say I fail forward with grace. I stick my foot in my mouth every day, at least 10 times. We talk a lot about failing as the measurement or the way to make us learn. And this article is saying that it's actually success is where people truly start to see. It's like the phrase, perfect practice makes perfect. So when you see it done right, you can continue to do it. But whether you use failure or success, I think for people to know it's okay to shift and pivot, they got to know it's okay to make a mistake and that there's no repercussion other than discussion. So for a new team, it's setting up that expectation or that dialogue of, we can talk about these things and you can come to me. And I use this phrase all the time. My team tells me I apparently have a lot of phrases as I'm getting older. I don't know.
The epiphanies.
Yes, the epiphanies. Yes, that's going to be my book, I guess. But it's okay for us to disagree. Like, we can disagree and we can still be very productive and still have trust and respect for each other. And I think it's that foundation that's important in helping. And then, for Ashley specifically, either with a new team, find examples where either you yourself have made a pivot, and to Mary's point, one that worked or didn't, or where you've actually seen them pivot and they didn't even realize that's what they did. That's what I like to, help my team recognize, is when they've done these things that they didn't even realize.